Hi, I am Reese Garcia, and I'm here to show you on how you'll be able to use the Forsprung Shopping Cart newsletter, together with its new feature, which is Purchase Follow-Up Newsletter. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is log into the backend as administrator. Then, you need to hover the cursor on Marketing to bring down the menu. Then simply click on Newsletters. After that, click on Add Newsletter. And then you will see the following fields. We have subject, or if you prefer to specify several subjects, which is randomly picked, then you could use the second section instead, which is random subjects. On third, we have plain text body. That is, if your customer prefers to receive a newsletter which is made of plain text. But most of the time, we prefer to send something elegant, which signifies our company. So in this case, we could use the fourth section, which is the HTML body. Take note that anything listed on the fields here would be seen by your customer upon clicking on Send. All the details of the newsletter, such as links, text, and images, should automatically populate here. If not, then you need to copy the codes from the source and then paste it within the HTML body. So, if these two fields are blank, then the newsletter would also be blank. But we don't want that, so we created this video tutorial as your guide and quick reference. Alright, so on to the next field. The next field is a template, so if you do have a template ready and you prefer to use it in your newsletter, then you can just simply click on the drop box to highlight the template. Then click on Load. Otherwise, leave it as is. If you do have a campaign for a particular newsletter, then you can just simply click on the drop box, then highlight the campaign. Below campaign, we have status, and that you could either set it to active, disabled, or sent. Since this is an active newsletter, let's choose active. Alright, now let us go to the new feature of Forsprung Shopping Cart, which is Purchase Follow-Up Newsletter, by clicking on the checkbox to enable the editor. On this part, you'll be seeing three sections. We have the top section, the product section where you could add products from your shopping cart, and also the bottom section of the newsletter. Let us accomplish the top section first. If you're familiar with source codes, you could simply put it here. If not, then you could use the Edit in Visual HTML editor to design your newsletter according to your preference. In this tutorial, let us put an image that would act as the head part of the newsletter by clicking on the button Add Insert Image, and then click on the blue folder. After that, you will see Local. That is, if you want to upload a file from your computer, you can use this option. We also have Server. Basically, this part here is the server location. We also have URL. So, if you prefer to use an image from a different website, then you could get the URL of that image. In this newsletter, let's get the image from the server instead. Simply highlight, then select the file. Then, click on Insert. Then click on OK. Don't forget to center the image. Alright, let's do that again, but this time, let us insert an image banner. Again, don't forget to center the image. After that, we are now ready to add products by clicking on Add. In this page, you will see all the products in your shopping cart. If you want to add a particular product, you could use its search options. But for this tutorial, let us use the following products. Assuming these are the products you want to send in this newsletter by clicking on the checkbox. After that, you need to click on Add Products and close. You would also be seeing the number of products you included in this newsletter. Alright, let us now go to the bottom section. In this newsletter, I would like to include the same image banner found within the top section, following the same procedure. So click on Add Insert Image, then the blue folder, then highlight to select the banner image, then click on Insert, then click on OK. You might also want to include an unsubscribe link specified in your custom field syntax. After that, we are now ready to go to the next part of this tutorial on sending this newsletter. In this part, you have an option to either send it to your mailing list by clicking on the checkbox, or if you prefer to send it to your selected users, then you could click on Add Recipients from Users. In this window, you have an option to do a search, or if the list is not too many, then you can just simply click on the checkbox. Alright, after selecting the users, you need to click on Add Users and close. If it's successful, then you will see the list of users who would receive this newsletter. You also have an option to test the email by putting in the email address in the Send to Test email box, then click Send. You also have an option to include customers with abandoned cart, wish list, or both. You could even specify the days old. Alright, it seems we are now ready to create our newsletter, so let's go ahead and click on Create. As you can see, the code's auto-populated within the HTML body. You could also click on Preview, or you could simply click on the Edit in Visual HTML Editor to give you an idea on what it looks like. Then, near the bottom part, we have clicks. The clicks contain the product URL that you have chosen to send in this newsletter. And that if a customer clicks on any of the products, then you will see the numbers change. It is also a way for you to know if those customers were interested with the products contained in your newsletter. Alright, with all that, we are now ready to send the newsletter by clicking on Save and Send. Let us check the newsletter that we sent out. There it is. Let's click and check. Now, this is what it looks like. To illustrate the clicks function, let us click on a particular product within the newsletter. And as you can see, the zero number increased. Alright, after creating and sending your newsletter, we are now ready to set up the purchase follow-up emails by hovering your cursor on Add-ons. Then, click on Purchase Follow-up Emails. In this page, you have an option to send a newsletter to all your customers who were successful in purchasing from your store, regardless what date the purchase was done. In this part, you could specify the newsletter you want to send, and also you could choose the date for sending, that is, from the date of purchase of your customer. So in this example, I would like to send a follow-up newsletter to all my customers 1 week from their date of purchase, which is the 7th, followed by another week, which is the 14th, and so on and so forth. So you could continue up to 30 days. After that, all you have to do now is to click save, and don't forget to set up the cron job that would trigger the sending of the newsletter. In this tutorial, you are able to know the procedure on how the newsletter works with the Forceprong shopping cart add-on feature, which is Purchase Follow-up Newsletter. This tutorial is brought to you by Forceprong Shopping Cart, the best provider of shopping cart systems.